life.
Yeah.
Happy New Year!
Yes.
I mean, we were having a conversation like, how long do you get to say Happy New Year to people? Is it just like the first time you see them, or is there like a 2-week grace period of you could say Happy New Year for 2 weeks, and then after that you can't say it no more, right?
Saying the
First
whole
time you see.
12 months. Who cares?
Oh,
That's well.
It's gonna be a
Well,
new
there
year
you
for
have it.
someone. It's gonna always be a new year for someone.
That's insane.
No. By the time you get in February, it's not a new year for someone. Like we're all in
She's
February.
celebrating birthdays. That's not the same.
It's been a I think I said it earlier, and I misspoke when I was talking to Melissa. I was like July 2025. She was like July. I was like, oh Lord, I feel like I've been 7 months in already. This has been like the longest 2 weeks.
The longest 13 days, okay, of 2025.
God. Hopefully, Lord,
we starting off strong.
Oh, and we lost Sean. There she is.
Eyes rolling and all.
Okay.
Sean, they gonna be all right.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving. It's been a crazy wild card weekend. It's been a wild one. And we'll talk about the college football playoff a little bit later in the show. And one of our cousins was like, "Y'all gonna shout out for the Buckeyes?" I was like, "Absolutely not."
No.
But we'll talk about that later.
Who?
Give a shout out to the Buckeyes.
Tipper to be so for real. That's what it sounds like. Some Tipper said.
And it
No,
is.
it's not gonna happen.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, sir. But no, we're not doing that. Try again.
Let's start with I guess some of y'all's adopted team, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdown passes for the Eagles to win their wild card matchup against the Packers, 22-10. How do the Eagles look to you guys?
I just want to say I have on my new age filigree. Fly, Eagles fly.
Girl, on thing did you see all them facial expressions you just received?
All of a sudden, you get to fly, Eagles fly.
She just woke up, honey, because she was sleeping.
Maybe she just took that brown paper bag off or something. I don't know.
Right. You see how people switch up on you?
Yeah.
I like my face, but we ain't doing nothing. And y'all know it's Jalen Hurts to the end.
I ain't switching up. I don't care who. Once you leave Alabama, I can't ride with you no more. You play for who you play for. That's great. That's great. I mean, I'm not rooting against
my
you.
kids.
I'm not rooting against you, but I'm not rooting for you. That's like totally different. But anyway, how did the Eagles look? I thought they looked okay.
Concerned.
That offense was questionable yesterday. Let's be honest. That was not. I mean, I feel like they gave them several opportunities to really put the game away, and they just were not getting in the end zone. That was, if we're going into the playoffs like that, the way that Baltimore's offense is gelling, that is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I need them to pick it up.
Yeah,
because his throwing game is not looking good at all.
Well, he did have the broken finger on his throwing hand, right? Jalen did. Okay. So he's been playing with that injury. So that I think has been impacting him a little bit. I mean, shout out to their defense for really doing the job.
Yeah.
Because that offense
without their defense yesterday, they would have been somewhere else, and it ain't in the playoffs. It would have been at their house. Or they
you wouldn't have had your green on today?
I probably would have still wore it because really I just pulled this out the closet. If I'm gonna be honest, but that is beside the point. Yeah, I probably would have still wore it.
Yeah, Jordan Love. I guess shout out to the Packers for getting to the playoffs because the NFC North was and is a very tough division. I mean, you got Packers, Vikings, Lions all coming out of that division, a tough division. But he definitely got rocked yesterday. That defense, they hit him with bunch of times, and he threw a bunch of interceptions, 3 to be exact.
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on with him. I mean, maybe he had a feeling back in his arms from when he got injured in the previous game.
Yeah,
It
and
was definitely not looking good for him yesterday.
And he was also missing his main offensive weapon, Jordan Love. He was also
Jordan
missing
Love.
Christian Watson, who was out for the year. So that was a big loss for them. But it looks
a lot
so
of
that
injuries was a big loss for them.
They
They
during the
swamped with
game.
injuries yesterday. I'm surprised they had anybody left on the sideline.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
And it was,
But I didn't feel sorry for them because I absolutely cannot stand the Packers. Thumbs down. I do not like them. So I didn't care.
What were you saying, Trace?
I said the injuries was on both sides, on offense and defense. It was like every other down somebody was having, and it wasn't just an injuries. It was a crucial injury. You know, I don't know, the guy looked like he broke his wrist. I don't know what was going on. Then on the defense side, looked like he got dislocated his shoulder. Yeah, I'm like,
it
was having.
It didn't stay calm. He got up getting weird with his wrist. I'm like, oh no, buddy, not when we headed into the playoffs. You better pop it in right in place or something. Keep going.
Well, the Packers did lose 4 players yesterday during the game to injury. The Packers lost 4. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they also lost linebacker Nakobe Dean he's out for the season. Broke his patella tendon. So that was a huge loss for them on the defense as well. The Eagles heading into the playoffs. So but the Eagles are waiting to see if they're gonna play the Vikings or the Rams, who are playing tonight. That game was moved to Monday night to Arizona because of the fires in Los Angeles. And currently, the Rams are up 7-0. Is that where we are currently?
What?
Yes.
I'm going for the Vikings.
You going for the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah.
It's gonna be a negative for me. I hope both of them lose.
That's not possible.
Somebody gotta win now.
Somebody gotta win. Somebody gotta lose.
Rams are up 10-0. My apologies, not 7. 10-0 now. They just scored a kick field goal. So we shall see. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Rams are that team that gets hot at just the right time, because if you notice this whole season, they weren't really in the conversation. And here they are in the playoffs, and the Vikings have looked a little shaky, even though they've been at the top of the NFC North. That game that they played against the Lions to end the season to decide the division, they looked horrible. So
real bad.
They got stomped.
Who was like quarterback?
Sam Darnold.
Hey Darnold.
Hey Arnold.
I don't know who he was throwing to.
Jason said, "Hey Darnold."
Oh my goodness.
That was a good show, by the way. Moving on to a much anticipated matchup for next week. I know everyone's been talking about it. Josh Allen and the Bills against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens next week. You have last year's MVP versus the guy who everyone pretty much thinks is this year's MVP, and Josh Allen. What is going to happen next week?
Baltimore Ravens taking it home.
Yeah.
Period.
I want the Ravens to win. I have to admit, I do want the Ravens to win. They may have to shake up on Josh Allen because he's a good quarterback. I have to give it to him. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what say y'all.
And we're definitely going for the Ravens.
Of course, I'm going for Lamar Henry.
Yeah, Lamar Mama already told him
to shape up. So
Lamar
She
mama
said,
told
you
him
better
to
shape up, ooh, 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 because we need that check. And we want a Super Bowl too. You better shape up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, no.
No.
What? Which song was that? Is this your new rap version in
That was from
2025?
Greece. That
That
was
was
from
from Greece.
Greece.
I
That's the
got-
one that I want.
Oh, see, it was breaking up. So
Hmm.
my apologies.
That was a good one, Sean. That was a good one. They need a
I
check.
thought
for the
maybe,
Super
you
Bowl,
know,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
I think I unfortunately I hate to say it.
Well,
Based
don't say
on
it
I
based
already know who
on
she gonna say.
based on how the Ravens have performed in playoffs of past, especially these past few years, when we're like, yeah, and based on how they looked against Pittsburgh, which they didn't look that great to me against Pittsburgh, even though they won. I mean, except for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry went off. He did. I can't put my faith in Baltimore anymore. They just
So I do
But
have
they-
a quick question.
yeah.
Why is it that the MVP always goes to a quarterback? So why won't they just call it the best quarterback award?
because if you're
I
gonna
really
be
think it's got to be on the game changer. You know what I'm saying? Like, whichever.
What? Sorry, what?
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, what happened? Is
who
she
you talking
frozen?
Sean?
Sean, are you frozen? Oh,
No,
I
she's
guess
not frozen because her eyes are blinking.
What, Tracy?
Is she having a moment?
What happened?
Is she having a medical moment?
I don't know, child. Tracy, what were you saying?
I said it's Crystal with the medical moment for me.
Yeah, I know people have had that on live several times.
It won't
So
be
you have to make
us.
sure.
What's
Right.
going on?
So what I was basically saying was I forgot it. I forgot what I was saying. It went away. Menopause.
Oh, we're gonna blame it on menopause. Okay, then. Well,
Can
we
she
gonna
not hear us?
I don't know. Hey,
Can she
Sean.
hear us? Sean, can you hear us?
Hello.
We're concerned.
Yes, I am. I don't know about y'all.
Oh, she look like she's not feeling well. She said she's not feeling good. Okay. All right.
Okay. You can
Hopefully
see it.
she will feel better. She
Better.
like she's having a headache.
Yeah.
I hope she feel better.
All right. Moving on to the Texans, and they're playing up against. Wait, I lost myself. The Texans and the Chiefs.
Oh Lord.
The Texans put a whooping on Josh Herbert and the Chargers last night.
Good.
But I do not want them to play them dang on Chiefs. That's gonna be a cheating moment
Well,
game right
somebody
there.
was
Y'all
gonna have to
already
play
know
him.
how Kermit.
Somebody was gonna have to play him, Chris, and everybody that we knew that was gonna play against them, we was gonna go against them anyway.
Yeah.
The only people that want Kansas City to win is Kansas City. And they don't know no better.
And I can say, I don't know, that Houston game, CJ Stroud, that boy played that game. He had some running yards and he had some passing yards. That was one of the best, to me, one of the best games that they had this season that I have
Don't
seen.
forget about that defense now.
And that's the other thing I was going to say, because the defense, yeah, them picks that the defense did on them, man, there was some picks.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert threw for what? 4 interceptions. Justin Herbert. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even change that. 4 interceptions. Stroud threw for 282 yards. It was a pretty good game for the second year QB. But they're gonna have to definitely. Oh, Sean, you're back. Are you okay? Can you hear us?
Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
Girl, it's like a
You want to
sigh of
have us
relief. You
call
don't
Pep. And
understand.
be up on your daddy's gonna be on 65, 85, 285 in the next 2.5 seconds.
Basically, 'cause
Oh, no, my screen just got stuck. Oh, here it go again. I'm sorry. I was having some network issues.
okay.
Oh,
Y'all
All
hear
right.
me?
It's so
thank
crazy
God for
because your
network
eyes was
issues.
blinking.
We can hear you. You hear.
I couldn't see
Um,
y'all. Y'all probably still me.
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
All right.
Or hear y'all. I think my you can hear me now. I got my AirPods in. I'm sorry.
yes.
We can hear you. What are your thoughts on the Texans playing the Chiefs, Sean?
Oh, why did that have to be?
Thank you.
Why did that
Somebody
have to
agree.
be like that? Good
I mean,
Lord.
somebody
again.
was gonna have to play them. Somebody was gonna have to play them.
Man. Oh, I hope the Texans give their defense give them just as much damage as they did the other night. They have to. They
Well,
have
guess
to.
what, Crystal? The defense can give the Chiefs as much coverage and damage as they did the other night. It is all about them people in them black and white prison uniforms that with them yellow things in their
I was
It's
like,
all about
please.
who? What's it's all about who? Boogie down.
them people in them prison uniforms and them yellow things in their pocket.
And the game they gonna call because we know it's gonna be a bad call. If you already know it, once it's a
You
Chief, they
already know Houston
always.
ain't getting no call. D'Amico and them better tighten up. They better come to play everybody. I'm talking about the
Man,
grandmamas, the
they
granddaddies,
can
and
be as
everybody else.
tight as a lug nut on the tie. They
Okay, Phil.
So just like that.
A lug nut on a tire. They definitely gonna have to look. What's the boy name? CJ gonna have to play the game of his
Of his
life,
life.
yes.
and D'Amico
Come on,
gonna have to
please
coach.
make everybody's dreams come true. We don't want to see them no more. Please.
At all. I'm
We
sick
do.
of them.
Look,
No.
I'm sick of them.
If the Chiefs get to a third straight Super Bowl, it's gonna be Sean. Don't do your face like
I'm gonna stop watching NFL.
no.
Sean, Shayna say don't do that. That's her job now.
I'm gonna stop watching them.
Please don't.
I am no longer interested in the national. I will just watch the collegiate.
Yeah, the collegiate and
I'm
the
just playing.
I mean, look.
We
I
are
can tell
hoping that
you.
Houston's put up a good fight, but with
Yes.
the way
I
the officiating go, it is. Oh, hate to be daft. I tell you what, I'm gonna turn on my slushy machine and I'm gonna put some of my new dailies in there, and I'm gonna make me a Miami Vice, and I'm making a stiff one. When I tell you it's gonna be stiff, I'm putting 3 different type of rums in there. My stomach gonna be hurt by the time I finish drinking. So I'm
then
gonna
you're gonna
drink
be
this
on the
Bailey.
toilet with the bucket up to your face.
That's it. It's gonna be worth it though, and I hope we come out on the winning side for them and D'Amico. Cause my.
I mean, I think everybody outside of Chiefs fans are rooting for Houston to win that game. Honestly, I don't really think
Literally.
I don't know anybody that wants to see them three-peat except for people who like Kansas City. And I don't know, is it me or does it feel like Kansas City all of a sudden has a very large fan base? Or am I missing something?
I don't
No,
even
you're
think
not.
they Kansas City people.
Yeah,
They just
and they got more fans than the whole state of Kansas. Be for real. I don't
right.
know.
How you
Like y'all
have more
wouldn't even
fans in the
them
whole
these
state,
colors.
in the whole city? My bad.
Now all of a sudden we just seeing people walk around with red and yellow on. This just looks stupid at take. And now we got to watch this every day, all year, even when they ain't even playing. I'm sick of it.
Just
Well, Sean is disgusted.
she's
I
not
meant
by
to say
herself.
this. I meant to say this, but we lost Sean there for a minute. But I want to get back to it. Reports are saying that Russell Wilson wants to return to the Steelers in 2025, but is Big Russ done? Call it a wraps,
Yeah,
curtains.
time to put a bow on.
I don't think he's done.
I love Russ. I don't think he's done. I think he has more time in him, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to take another chance on him for
Yeah.
another year. I think that the 1 year deal was intentional to see how far they could get in the playoff run. I don't think that I feel like by the time they got to this wild card round, I don't think they really utilized the position at QB the way that they really had this season. Like putting Justin Fields in there to pick up big third downs, use his legs, use a little bit of the youth. I think that they played themselves on that. Never really seen Tomlin coach such a bad offensive game, if I could be quite honest. And I'm a huge Tomlin fan. I mean, I'll be first to say that. I just think offensively, they just didn't have any type of response. And I feel like the way that they were winning at the top half of the season, they went away from that game plan. And for me, the way that they ended does not give a good sales pitch for Russell to return because I think he ended the season about 10 interceptions. I mean, it was something crazy like that. It was like a night and day. It was almost like the Eagles ending to their last year season. You remember
Well,
we
they did.
had that
They
whole
lost. They lost 5 straight. 4 straight headed into the playoffs. It was just not a good look. Tracy, you were saying that you don't think he's done.
No, they say the same thing about Mike Tomlin because you got to think about the Pittsburgh Steelers hadn't won a playoff game in the last 9 years. Now they've been going to the playoffs, but they haven't won in 9 years. So they say the same thing about Mike Tomlin. You know,
But he's still
I'm
there.
hoping that they'll give him another chance because one thing about Russ is that he is such a team player. He's not a selfish guy, and he's trying to incorporate everybody. You know what I'm saying? That he had going on with and I was so glad they lost with
The
Sean
Broncos.
Payton.
Denver.
Like 1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? But I was so glad they lost. Oh my God. It warmed my heart to see that.
Oh, not wonderful. You was happy who lost?
Sean Payton.
And
Oh
Bonnie.
yeah, I've never been more satisfied. And they lost in grand fashion. What was it, 33-10 or something?
Yes.
I was so
Yeah.
excited about that. Yeah, that was definitely refreshing to see.
It was so refreshing to
sure.
see. Yes.
Refreshing. Y'all using some choice words for the Denver Broncos getting beat in the
Do not like 0 stars, would not recommend. Boo.
I like the boo.
I don't know if Russ is going to be back with the Steelers. I honestly don't know who would pick him up at this current juncture. It's a couple teams that need quarterbacks, but I don't know if Russ is going to be the person they pick up.
I think it's the
I don't know if it'll be the 37 or
quarterback.
36. Huh?
Say that again, Sean.
I said I don't think it'll be the 36, 37-year-old quarterback though. That's what they just keep on bringing up. I feel like too, a lot of it, a lot of the coverage that goes into these games, I feel like a lot of that sways a lot of the choices too in some of these organizations. Because if I could be quite honest with you, I did like the look of Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. I found like he kind of got back into a better groove. I just don't feel like they were utilizing Justin Fields that well. But I also like the look of him being there with Mike Tomlin. I think this is a good pickup for Tomlin. I think that their personalities matched really well. But then the flip side of that is you got Justin Fields just kind of like hanging out back there in the pocket. And I feel like he's always kind of gotten the short end of the stick, starting with Sucky, Georgia. And then it just feel like it kind of just trickled down, through his career. And then he kind of got some light in Ohio, but then it's like when he got to the league, he started playing at these crappy teams. I feel like he's not really getting an opportunity to kind of like showcase his talent. So I would like to see him become QB1 at one of these schools because I could definitely see him having a breakout year like a CJ or like a
who?
One of the teams.
Oh, one of the teams. Oh, okay. My bad.
I really want Russ to stay one more year, but I think if he's up for just giving it up, just retiring, he might as well go back to Seattle and to where he started.
Seattle.
Because the trouble that they said he was having, he ain't there no more. Pete Carroll ain't there no more, is he?
No.
Exactly. So I mean,
where is Pete?
At home.
On
Yeah,
the
one of
boat.
the things. So you know how we have like a list of things that will happen, and the other ones that won't. That's on the list of things that will not happen. They're not going to welcome him back into Seattle, and that's unfortunate. I
No,
really think they could have made him a franchise name, but I don't see that. I'm saying prior to the exit, but I don't see that happening at all. I think they kind of
Yeah.
made their choice, and they okay with it.
I don't think Russ is going to be. If Russ comes back next season, he will not be QB1 wherever he is. I don't see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think he'll be a backup
Hey, yeah,
somewhere.
maybe
Well,
he'll
it's
be
time
with the
for Justin to
Steelers, and
take his
Justin
stance.
Fields will be QB1, and he'll be a
It's time for
backup.
him to take his place.
Never
I
know.
mean, it's time for Tomlin or whoever in Pittsburgh. Look, I don't know if I don't think Mike Tomlin's job is in jeopardy. And I only say that because the Steelers are traditionally very conservative when it comes to like they've only had 3 coaches in their entire history.
Right.
3. So I don't see them firing him unless they really go out there and stink it up next year. I would love to
Mhm.
see, like Sean said, I would love to see them develop Justin Fields and have him have a breakout season. He's been in the league a little bit too long at this point for them
Yes.
not to develop him to the level that we know that he can play at.
He
But
can play it. Yeah.
some other NFL news. Mike McCarthy, the Dallas Cowboys fired Mike McCarthy today.
Finally.
After his contract. Now this is some Jerry Jones shady nonsense.
Say
here.
that one more time.
I'm
Repeat
kidding.
that
This
what you
some-
said. This some what
I
again?
said,
Melissa said
it's
that.
some
Melissa said
Jerry
that.
Jones foolishness right here.
Yes.
Because Mike McCarthy's contract expired, but they held a exactly last week, but no one could talk to him an exclusive negotiating window until Tuesday at midnight. So people have been trying to talk to him. They were like, no, you can't talk to him. We're keeping him. And then today they fired him.
And then they fired him. And then the first thing that came out after they fired him is the Saints is one of the teams.
And it's like
His ass paper
worse
bag
or worse. Y'all talking about why I'm rooting for the Eagles. Be so for real. Be for real.
Yep.
And a flip side, here go the Raiders that fired their coach after 1 year. The New England Patriots fired their coach for 1 year and then turns around and hire the coach that got fired
in Tennessee.
From Tennessee.
Yep.
And that's who they wanted. That's who they wanted anyways, which good for y'all because he's going to bring exactly what he brought to Tennessee. Trash.
Absolutely nothing.
He's absolutely trash.
Did you guys see Kraft get on up there and apologize to Gerard Mayo for the whole situation? Yeah.
Because whatever he was standing on, he should just tripped and fell off. Because who want to deal
What
with
he
crap?
wasn't
Come on
standing
now.
on was business. He was standing on a lie. We all knew that, boy. They were setting that man up before he even accepted the role last season. We said this is a setup, and he talking about, oh, I'm gonna tell you what happens is the truth can never be hidden because in his speech of feeling sorry and empathetic, I feel like this was a setup for him. Oh, well, don't say. We all knew that. Like, well, thank you for confirming what we all knew.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's kind of like, yeah, well, this was a setup for him coming into this environment, blah, blah, blah. We knew that. So why did y'all make this man a scapegoat as if racist, prejudiced New England ever gave a darn about trying to hire this man into that environment and that culture when they were already having issues prior to even naming him head coach? That to me is what's disheartening. I don't agree with that. Okay, you already knew what the landscape was before you put the man in the role. Don't do that. Don't set him up for failure. Just don't hire him.
Especially after he had already been with your organization for like 17 years. He's been on your coaching staff. I just felt like that.
Teams was looking at him, right? Wasn't other teams looking at him at the time?
Yeah. At the time. And they snatched him.
Yes.
They snatched him because they didn't want him to go nowhere else and start a great organization, what they always do to us, which we said last year when he accepted it. I was angry that he accepted this job, though. And I know you want the opportunity, but you got to be able to turn away from certain situations. And that is one of the situations, my boy. Like, no, let New England and all All of the
They
Eagles.
hoopla.
Yeah, let them find someone like a Mike McCarthy.
Well, I'm going
Let
to
them
tell you. So this is not just
take that.
a way to like. This ain't even just a roundabout. This is about the way that the actual fans and people have complained about the climate of playing in New England. That's
Right.
what I mean. On top of that, I just believe the play is he can't decline that kind of job. So he is at a catch-22, if I'm being honest. We want him to decline the job off GP because we like that just sound like craziness and it's a setup. But the reality of the situation is you can't decline that role because then you don't get more. You accept the role, you already accepted knowing you're being set up. It ain't gonna work out. You leave, then you go get your opportunities elsewhere. That's the play for him. It works out for him. He understands that this is a business, but he can't decline the job. It just stinks because we all saw it coming. It was like one of those skyscrapers flying over the game, with the sign in the post saying, Gerard, you can set up, don't do it, don't do
Maybe
it.
she
We all
mean a Goodyear blimp.
Yeah.
She mean a
blimp,
blimp.
blimp, skyscraper, whatever. Y'all knew what I was talking about.
I knew Sean. I'm with you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
I'm with you.
But no,
Me
I
as
mean,
well.
Sean, honestly, right there, you literally just spit some truth. Them was some Bible verses you came with, because that's honestly what it was. It's like he could not turn the job down, obviously.
Yep.
Because like you said, if he does, he don't get any more opportunities. You end up in like an Eric Bieniemy situation where no one will hire you. And you knew he wasn't gonna do anything with New England the year after Bill Belichick left. Like you knew that was already going to be a wash. So you get in there, you do your time for a year. Hopefully you don't get too embarrassed by the record that you guys put up. And they did stink this season, but they got a couple wins where you're like, oh, New England. And hopefully he'll get an opportunity somewhere else. I just feel bad for him, like I said, because he was with New England for 17 seasons. That's a lot of loyalty to show an organization.
Oh yeah.
For them not to show you the same loyalty in return. So shout out to Gerard Mayo.
It's New England.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gerard Mayo. Hopefully he'll get his next opportunity somewhere else soon. Want to move it along because we're trying to get to this game. But the college football playoff, we have ended up. We are now the 12-team playoff is down to 2. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and the Buckeyes. Guys.
Go Irish. Go Irish.
First of all, who really cares about this game?
I do, because I do not want Ohio to win. So go Irish.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that.
Well,
You
Melissa,
muted, Sean.
I would probably sleep half of the game.
No,
but
you have to wake up.
Wake up.
It's a day off.
The day after. Oh, when the game
we all
come
off
on?
work Monday. We all off work Monday, and we may be snowed in Monday.
I mean, you probably gonna watch it because next Monday is MLK Day. Everyone's off. It's also Inauguration Day. It's Inauguration Day.
That we ain't watching.
Oh, I want to know if I'm off. I'm about to ask. Are we off this? I don't think I'm off.
Y'all don't get off for MLK Day?
We get off on. We don't have MLK. We got Juneteenth.
Oh, you should get both. Shouldn't be one or the other.
Yeah.
In the great state of Alabama.
Well, I was gonna say Alabama's not that progressive, so let's start there.
Let's talk about none of the states in the South completely. They have all taken away DEI. So with DEI went a lot of the holidays.
I'm surprised y'all got Juneteenth then, because usually you get MLK Day.
Because you had to pick one or the other. You know these folks ain't gonna give you both of them. It's insane. You know where we at. Come on now. Where we locate.
Here's the thing. The problem this is what I learned. This is how I solved that problem. They don't give me anything. I give them. And so I don't give them my time on MLK Day or Juneteenth. Oh. That's a fact, Jack. So ding. Your job doing anything, come over here and check me out because I won't. I won't be.
That's a fact, Jack. Okay,
I mean,
Pep, that's a fact, Jack.
I feel you.
That's what I feel.
That's
So.
like me working on Jesus Day. I'm never working on Jesus' birthday. Never
You can
working
have me
on.
come up there if you want me to.
I ain't never working on Jesus' birthday. I'm not never
I
working
ain't
on
either.
the day Jesus rose from the dead. I'm not working on those days. Those are celebratory days for me, and I don't do that.
Well,
You know,
listen, go on and take off Harry Tubman Day then. Watch the 10th.
big ginormous fact.
She is not working on Jesus' birthday. I don't like. Well, I've worked on a lot of Jesus's birthdays, unfortunately. Those were actually, honestly, I ain't even gonna trip. Those were like the best days at work. It was quiet. I'd be in there just chilling. Like you ain't really working because it's quiet, you know?
Yep, nobody to bother you.
Correct. But back to the playoffs. What do we think about this setup for the playoffs? Like, do we enjoy it? Do we think they need the 12-team playoffs? Like, what say you guys?
Can I speak first on that?
Yeah.
If they're gonna give us 12 teams, give us 12 teams that's gonna make it have a competition, good teams. Cause them first 4 games, oh my God,
one-sided, one-sided.
I think
it was no competition with that Iowa State game.
No, Iowa.
Arizona State.
Arizona State.
But then they play Iowa State in that. Or what was that? The Big 12. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, that Arizona, it was no competition in that one. There was no competition in that. Oh crap! Who was that? That Indiana. It was that Indiana that won that too.
Yeah, the Indiana game. Yeah. I want one correction. The Arizona State game and the Texas game was actually the best game of that first round. That one was actually good. It came down to like, what was it, like quadruple overtime or some nonsense like that? That was the only good game of that whole round. I will say this. I will say this. They took off too much time at the end of the season between the playoffs. College students, you can't give them that 2-week break because it was just like when they came back, teams was just like all discombobulated out of rhythm. Like they needed to just go straight into the playoffs the next week. I don't think you could take off that much time between the end of the schedule and the playoffs. That was my main problem because, like, I feel like they should not still be playing football right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, correct.
I can tell you one thing, y'all ain't gonna like it, but I'm so glad Alabama won in the 12, baby. Oh Lord.
Alabama compared to the way they played that bowl game that they played in.
Yes, sir. Oh, they would have just got everybody would have rung their bell, honey. They just would have got their bell wrong. Ding, 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 ding. I'm so glad they was not in that 12. Yeah. Dumb as a box of rocks. I don't know how much longer he has. I don't know how much. I don't know how many rocks.
Well, you know that they offered. Well, Nick Saban wanted them to check out Marcus Freeman before he accepted the job with the Fighting Irish, and they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't interview.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be honest. Do you really think Alabama about to hire Marcus Freeman? I mean,
they ain't finna hire Marcus Freeman.
That's not what I said. I said Nick Saban wanted them to at least interview.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with Nick's invitation and his idea. But what I'm saying is that the boosters and the rest, there's no reason to bring that man there and waste his time because they're not hiring him.
They guys ain't gonna let that go.
And that's and look where we're at.
We are stuck with dumb as a box of rocks.
Girl, we stuck with 2 worst teams, ain't it? We got 2 worst teams in the SEC right about now, ain't it? In the whole state of Alabama.
Yeah. Yep.
Alabama and Auburn, the 2 worst teams in the SEC, we are stuck with.
I think we were worse.
Oh, that
That's
was
not
about that's
pushing
a bit of a stretch.
Look how y'all don't want to accept the fact of being down there with Auburn.
Girl, they are
Baby,
holding
sometimes
on
you just
to
gotta
it.
step in reality.
No,
Sean
not
We ain't that far now.
we ain't
Y'all
down there
call
with
us,
Auburn now.
y'all just call us some gutter snipes, and I don't appreciate that.
Okay, then.
we
We
not
just
We
that
call
far.
it
shall
what it is. Call it
see.
what we
We
see.
shall see this new
It is.
football season.
Look, I don't
South
even know who
Alabama,
they're.
Haley just posted South Alabama was the only team in the state of Alabama to win a bowl game.
Oh, be for real.
And
We
Auburn wasn't even in a bowl game. It's the truth.
Oh, Auburn didn't go to a bowl game.
No,
No.
Auburn didn't go.
Come to the
Alabama lost.
girl. Alabama started 2024 losing to Michigan and ended 2024 losing to Michigan.
How dreadful.
How you lose twice to the crybaby? To the people that they can't even be in a playoff.
Okay, but let's have a real conversation real quick. What did y'all do? Y'all agree with Milrose's decision to declare the draft? Show of hands, yeah.
He
Show of
did
hands,
what?
no. He declared the
He-
draft.
He going into the draft.
He going into the draft.
I do him on one condition. If they change his position and not quarterback.
Not gonna
I
happen.
do
He's
on
gonna
one.
get drafted as a QB.
I don't see that in him
Baby,
as
he
a
gonna
quarterback in the league. Now you
Yeah,
talking
he
about
gonna have to go
Justin
get some
Fields.
LASIK surgery.
But you talking about Justin Fields doing as bad as he did when he was with who we just draft Justin for? Who the Justin just came for before he went to Pittsburgh?
Chicago.
Okay, look at Justin Fields, how he was struggling at Chicago,
The
and
same way Caleb Williams is.
and look at Bryce. Bryce is actually he did good his last two games. I give it up. He beat the Falcons 2 games. He beat Falcons both games this season. But you got to look at the fact. I don't see Milrose's eyes being that good when it come down to the NFL, because the NFL is fast moving defenses.
He gonna need LASIK surgery.
He ain't gonna be able to see. Them boys gonna be laying him out back in that backfield.
In the college league.
You see how much he was struggling?
So here's the thing.
Yesterday for the whole season.
That's a twofold thing, right? So a lot of people want just Jalen Milroe to be a running back. Jalen Milroe, quiet as kept, he made some horrible decisions because he had to make them just off of a prayer and a wish, if we can be honest. Jalen Milroe didn't have no offensive line this year. He was literally trying to pick up and play as he go. He didn't have no protection. And so when you don't have protection, you got a quarterback that's trying to run these almost impossible plays that are not designed behind his skill set. You have horrible timing of the play calls. I felt like they set that man up for failure, if I could be honest with you. He made some questionable plays, but I don't think you get in those situations unless you have a coach that's not playing to your strength. We have watched him get muddled, and every single time people like, why don't he just throw the ball? Why don't he just run the ball? And it's like, why don't the people just protect him so he can go through all his progressions to get the ball to the right person? That's what everybody
forgets. Simpson when he got out there. Go ahead, Tracy.
Tracy disagrees.
No, it's like I agree with you, but then to be honest, Sean, it was a lot of times that he just missed it. And when he was playing Michigan this last game, he just missed. It was so many times he missed Ryan Williams, and he was wide. He was wide open. If he would have just landed the ball, it was a lot of times he would probably. It was a lot of times he didn't even see the progression right. You feel what I'm saying? And then, like, I agree with you on some points where that he didn't have the protection like he should have most of the time, but some of the time he just did not.
That's what I'm saying, Kim. Here, the problem here is you don't see him miss those guys in a wide open field if you don't put this man in a stupid offense. You know that's not your quarterback strength. Why do you have this man trying to launch it 37 yards up the field to Ryan Williams that has totally burned out everybody on defense?
That's not his strength. It sucks because we would want him to get him that ball. His strength is giving him some protection, creating a hole, and letting him haul tail up the field. That's unfortunate because that's not the type of offense that we are accustomed to seeing in Alabama. We also know we got these tight ends and receivers that if you get them the ball, they taking it to the house. You have to create that type of offense around this player. If you don't have the coaching staff to play to your strengths and call these plays, you're screwed. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you that he missed it. We should have never seen him miss it that many times because you don't put that type of quarterback in that type of offense. That's all I'm saying.
I think Jalen, unfortunately for Jalen, and shout out to Jalen for even coming back and playing with Alabama this year after so many people left into that transfer portal, and he was very loyal to that team, and he wanted to take, he put the team on his back, and he wanted to win. Unfortunately, I think that hurt him in his NFL draft stock playing this final season. Maybe somebody will see something in him and he'll get another opportunity. I hope he doesn't become a journeyman in the NFL. Like, I would legitimately hate for that to happen to him. But I'm really interested to see how many other players decide to yeehaw out of Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Because
they yeehaw.
That's another thing I don't think that we're gonna see. I think that I literally watch Alabama football, and I watch our news throughout the entire day. If I could be honest with you, on every single channel, every single radio station, because I want to know what's happening with us in this transfer portal. And to be 100% honest with you, he has like the number 2 recruiting class in the nation coming into next season. He's had a lot of guys that have recommitted to stay in Alabama. I don't think that their problem is specifically KD. I think they didn't build an offense around this quarterback. I think if they get somebody in there that is solid in the pocket, that is somebody that this guy, if they're not going to fire him, they're going to keep him on the coaching staff. He actually knows how to coach that style quarterback. He was not able to coach Jalen Milroe. That's the same thing that happened to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts didn't have the right coach for him in Alabama. Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma and exploded. I just think that wasn't the right staff for him. But if Alabama can get a quarterback into Tuscaloosa next year, he is a pocket passer. He know how to read defense a little bit better. He might not have the strongest leg. We got some guys that's coming in now. They got some leg strength. I'm just being honest with you. I think Alabama will be okay because they have a pretty tough recruiting class right now.
I actually agree with that. I don't think that Kalen DeBoer was the right coach for Jalen Milroe. And he is definitely a West Coast offense. Like, they play a West Coast style of football. You know what I'm saying? It's different than what we're used to. I think my problem with Kalen DeBoer is that that's not who Jalen was, and you didn't adapt. You stuck to what you did at Washington instead of switching it up to the players that you have. Yeah. And that's the problem I had with Kalen DeBoer. I agree that the two of them were not a good fit, but as the coach, you have to adapt because you can't make Jalen play a different type of ball. That's not how it works. You as a coach are going to have to adapt. And so that's the problem that I saw this season.
He definitely did not adapt, and the people that he brought in did not adapt. It's like Nick Saban handed y'all, here is this book right here. This is an open book test, and they still fail. They still fail.
And if I could be honest with you, Nick got kept on as a consultant. He peed me off too, because where was you? Where was you?
He said he was consulting, and he was consulting.
You too busy up on these dang on pregame shows, laughing and playing and cackling. We don't need that for you. You are on as a consultant. You still
he was no longer Alabama's coach. He was only consulting. I'm only here to mentor. I'm not here to coach the team because I'm not finna allow you to say I made the decision and you put it on me. Nick said he over here.
I wasn't saying that.
But the people, this is what the people would have been saying, though. Oh, you got the information from me
because he left the role. Here's what I say. I felt like boosters. I felt like the boosters kept him on because they wanted a smooth transition. Let's just be honest. All right, he recruited over half this team. They wanted a smooth transition. They wanted to instill some faith with these players that they was going to have somebody there to help them continue on throughout their tenure at Alabama. You hire somebody on as a consultant that is officially retired from the game.
Mm.
Where is the consulting at? Is what I'm trying to understand. Because this last year, that's all you needed to do was consult, so these people can truly understand the people that you recruited, that they kept in T-Town, so that you can get them to the finish line. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying coach the team. The consultation comes from you understand the players that you brought here. They don't quite understand them that well. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's a choice, though, Sean. I don't think that that's nothing that Nick did, because if from the time we met Nick 15 years ago, Nick has, if he don't do nothing else, he make his presence known. If he don't do nothing else, he's gonna tell you exactly how this gonna go, what you need to do, and how you're gonna do it, how you need to do it, and it's up to them, because now they're the coaches. They the one that decided not to follow the guidelines. He left it out for. I believe that, because it's too many times he got on, even when he was doing a little
college game day.
Yes, it was too many times he was telling them exactly what they needed. If you would listen, we would listen to the college game day, and he was talking about the team and what he said at the beginning, that they need to take control of their team, and that's what he didn't have no control. He was letting them guys do whatever they want to do. Prime example.
Now the discipline was gone. I understand that, but I'm saying because they all made this big, nice, fancy statement that you're going to remain at Alabama in a consulting role. You're going to be in a consulting role, right? Not as a coach. You're not on the coaching staff. You no longer have your actual office, but you have an office on campus, and then you strictly consulting. So I can't see you getting on your college game day and saying, I don't got no contact with Alabama, even though I'm still getting a check for consulting. But I do think that they should, and then nobody is listening. I don't think that's true. I think that's a fairy tale if y'all believe it.
Yeah.
That's
clearly if he was on the consulting staff and he was consulting him.
I don't think this man came into Alabama and decided, I don't want to hear nothing from Nick Saban. I can win it all by myself, and he could consult somebody else. I don't believe they shut down his views that way neither. I just don't think that. I don't think that was his business move. I also don't think that the Boost Club gave him that kind of control his first season in Alabama. So when I'm talking about, I feel like he had an opportunity to consult. I'm not blaming him because he's not the coach. But
you might not believe it, but the results on
results on it is
something totally different. I
can't say something different. He wasn't there. I didn't see no consultation for the players. No, he wasn't.
There was no Nick Saban consulting, whether he gave it or it was rejected. I didn't see it.
We didn't see it.
I ain't see it. But anyway, we got a lot. We could go on about Alabama sucking this year for a very long time, but we ain't got that much time. Just a quick update.
She said, oh.
The Rams are up.
You hurt Sean feeling.
The Rams are up 17-3, and they just sacked Sam Darnold. So,
hey, Darnold. How old is Sam Darnold?
He's in his 30s. Real quick, we're trying to reach 200 subscribers in the new year in 2025. Come on, guys. We're gonna get to 1,000 in 2025.
Yes, that's our goal.
Because Mr. Kovalevsky is already halfway there, and he's only been a channel for a month and a half.
What is he talking about?
Gaming.
He talks about gaming.
We're talking about games.
He said he was going to do a shout out to the Peptalk Pod on his channel, send some of his followers our way. I would really appreciate that, sir.
Greatly appreciate it.
But yeah, and also wanted to, as you guys know, the start of this year has been absolutely crazy. So I wanted to just send my condolences to all of the lives that were lost in the fires here in Los Angeles. People who have lost their homes. I've been posting on my social media, like places you can donate and how you can help. And I just want to say thank you to the people in LA, to the firefighters who have been working around the clock, coming in from other countries, helping. See how you can be good neighbors to people. We shouldn't demonize our neighbors to the north or the south. because they have been coming in to help us here. So I just throw that out there.
Yeah.
And also to the people who've been just volunteering. LA has really stepped up. So appreciate it. And long road to recovery for this city. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, but we will rebuild.
Yes.
Almost definitely.
Yeah. Praying for LA.
Yeah.
So as we mentioned, this is our first year in sorry, I'm so confused. Again, this is the longest year ever. It's only January. This is our first show
January, not July.
You're right. This is our first show back. I'm a little rusty. Our first show back. We've been off for a few weeks. And I wanted to kind of see things we wanted to leave in last year is the topic for today. But I wanted to show y'all this video that popped up really quickly. Of this. Hold up. Let's see.
Oh Lord.
And let's meet young Samaj. And I guess his mom is continuing a Black mother tradition.
That's my boy
going on. And should Samaj and Black moms everywhere be leaving this behind? Let's take a look.
I got a question for the kids that's my age. Did y'all mama breathe y'all face like my face? Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at it. My face is a mess.
My face is a mess.
That's no mess.
That's more that baby. My face.
I got a question for the kids that's my age. Did y'all mama breathe y'all face like my face? Just look at my face. Just look at my face. Just look at it. My face is a mess. It ain't no mess.
Samaj is so grown.
Oh, yes, he is.
His face is a mess.
But I can tell you one thing: his face, he ain't gonna have no wrinkles.
Ever.
He ain't gonna never have no wrinkles as much as she keep putting that much oil on his face. Baby, that's gonna be the smoothest skin 78-year-old man you ever want to see.
I mean, he already 78. Y'all ain't know Samaj 78 already.
Because he is an old man in a little person body.
He really is.
Yes.
It was the way he said, just look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face. This is a mess.
I mean, his face was all the baby, like he's finna go into the ring, baby. He's finna go for a boxing match.
Correct. So, I mean, look, I know that the magazines will tell you that you shouldn't use petroleum jelly on your face, but look, my mom and them swear by it. They swear that it keeps the wrinkles away.
Yes.
And maybe that's not something we should leave in 2024. But guys, anything, I'll start with who want to go first with something that we as a culture or as a society or you personally need to leave in 2024. Who want to go first?
I'll go first. I want to leave all my fat cells in 2024. All of them. All of them.
I was going to say my bad eating habits, so Tracy just took mine away from me.
Bam. I'm dead. All my fat rolls that I got in my back, I'm leaving them in 2024. My bad knees, I'm leaving in 2024. My skint up knees.
Oh, they fresh though.
They scratched up real bad. I'm leaving that in 2024.
Tracy, how do you have a raspberry on your knee at 52? What's going on, Tracy?
I have tripping problems. I trip over my own feet. And it causes me to skin up my knees.
Okay, so if anybody wanted the story,
yes, tell the story, Sean. You gotta tell the story.
No.
So For our lovely sister Crystal, her birthday just so happens to be on Christmas. So we had a surprise. Well, her family, her daughter and son and husband threw her a surprise birthday party for her 50th birthday. So let's go ahead and give Chris a happy belated. Yay, 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 yay.
Yay.
So we had all the sisters come in town. The girls came from Alabama, Shayna came from Cali, and we surprised Chris at their house for a surprise party. So our niece Daphne decides that she wanted to put her nice bartending skills to test for her mom's grand event. And so we enjoyed them. We indulged a lot. But anywho, yeah, they would take us forever to get home. So we had probably a little bit more than probably, we should have at the beginning of the party. It was taking forever for Chris to arrive to her grand event. So anywho, they said, everybody hurry. Come on down. They almost here. They around the corner. They leave Kroger. So we say, okay, come on. We got to get on outside. It was taking a little bit. People start filtering. Then so our other niece, Haley, she decides, when she wants to be outspoken. She says, hey, everybody, outside. Auntie Crystal was almost here. So we said, okay, as you were. We're going to all peel out the door, because wow, Haley never gets loud. Maybe this is serious, We decided to go outside, and the time was ticking, and it was freezing in Georgia, right? It was freezing. So
It was cold.
Them have this nice little fire pit outside under a nice little cabana in their yard, and it has a fire pit around. People's all over there, trying to get a little warmth. It was a little chilly, and we was like, Anywho, Tracy decides. I don't know, maybe steps weren't necessary. Maybe she could just glide her way into the fire pit. That was gonna be good. And before we knew it, she just went sailing into the fire pit with her polyester bubble coat on. Baby, you about to So not only did she slide both knees, front end of her body, all this, ate up, all this on the ground, ate up. I'm talking to her. We in mid conversation, and she just go, "What?" Wait a minute. She didn't see the step to get over into the fire pit, and her reaction time is not like it used to be because she used to be a track star. So instead of her bracing herself, with her hands on the ground on the chair, she goes body into the fire pit, and we were like, "Oh, what's going on? You're about to go and catch a fire. Get up." And so we were really stupid, right? In a way that we laugh at everything. Nothing. We don't take anything serious. If I could be honest with you, when we realized that she was on the ground and she was conscious, we literally were like falling over, like drooling, laughing, like, "Girl, what happened to your leg? Like, this cannot be real. What happened to your leg, girl? Like, you used them right?" No. So meanwhile, she's still on the ground. But me and Shayna and Missy and her dad and her mama are all totally disgusted because nobody has any idea about how she got there. So her mom's fussing at her. Her dad said, "Oh," he thought it was funny because she's always blooping. And her sisters, we were like hysterical. We were laughing because of what the heck happened.
Yeah.
The people got. So Tracy, when she glided, she knocked the man out of his chair. So man, when he finally gets his bearings and he gets up, I forgot to leave that part out. He done spilled his liquor, his arms up. He trying to like block, trying to make sure she don't hit. I'm trying to paint the picture for y'all.
Who the man?
Finally, when the man's wife helped him get up, he up, and then he tried to help Tracy up. Then one of Chris' friends kind of get upset at us because they said, "Well, dang, y'all just gonna leave it?" We still ain't. I mean, we dying, stomach hurt. We hanging over. And I tell you, we are in full blown like tears. Trace on the ground. We laughing. Her mama fussing at her, telling her she going to the nursing home. You are going to the nursing home. That's your age in there. Because it's no way that makes sense that you don't use your legs and lift them up in the air. Her mama was annoyed. Her dad was cracking jokes. We were laughing. The people were concerned, baby. We like, she gonna be okay. She's still breathing. Get up. They were so upset. They was like, y'all can at least help us. So they helped her up. By the time she got up, we like, you good? I said, come in and make sure you burn your coat. Nothing about this interaction was
Tracy, I didn't know it was that bad. See? And they ain't no good on it. They ain't no good on this.
No, she was so cheap. She was trying to laugh too, but her knees was hurting. So you know how normally we laugh about everything. So it's like, oh, Shayna's clumsy too. Now she's due for a good fall. Okay, she's laughing because this is
trying
her.
to figure out how she slid out this chair in the
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Because she's laughing. That's where I'm going with this. Okay, she laughing, and we can't believe it. Tracy is on the ground. We done got Tracy up. Tracy realizes that she's not getting much sympathy from us because we don't take much seriously, and we realize that she just got some skin missing off her knee. It's gonna be okay, right? So Shayna decides that she wants to start trying the other flavor, right? Now you done already started on one little flavor. You're gonna do the other flavor that's in the picture. Anyway, we get our food. We go over into their little dining area. It's like a TV room, and we decide we're gonna get our food and eat. Everybody's sitting around, we're talking, me, Shayna, Tracy, Dad. We're just having, casual conversation. And Shayna's chair starts to slide from under her. But that's a reaction time for us because, girl, your chair is coming from under you. You ain't doing that. This is her. The chair slide, and she's talking about,
It's an idiot. Sit down.
No, wait a minute now. You had enough time to stop that chair from falling. What is your problem? Get up. Because this is stupid. You better tell these folks computer up. Get up. So she's always due for one too. So that's why she laughed, because she's a klutz. They are both very clumsy.
Oh, well, I fell there, and then we had our company's party, and I fell there Saturday night. So those are the things I'm leaving in 2024.
Don't believe
your bad feeding
and all clumsiness.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus.
Oh gosh.
Look, when I fell, it was like I was trying to stop the momentum. Like I was trying to grab the chair. Chris, you got that stupid pillow on your
because the chair sit too low for me. I got to sit high.
That's what caused me to fall. That's what caused me to fall. That stupid pillow.
What caused you to fall is you ain't put all your butt in the chair. Put your butt in the chair.
She didn't do that. But she watched herself fall is what I don't understand.
She fell in slow motion, and I fell in
fast motion.
Fast motion. Extremely.
You start rocking, she slow rolled. I can attest I was present for both.
Wow.
She dashed across the fire.
This is my first time hearing Tracy. I heard Shayna's because I heard Daddy say,
"Oh,
oh Lord, falling."
Oh, yeah, Tracy. I agree. Can we keep following in 2024? Please. Please, I agree, because that was so frustrating. Why are y'all on the ground? Get up. It's like for them to leave it in 2024 too. I agree.
Oh my God. Daddy talking about something. Down goes Frazier. I was like, oh. And the worst part about it is, Tracy, like you, I'm trying to leave my bad knees in 2024 because, baby, I couldn't get up.
Couldn't. And we was in there laughing so hard. We was watching her struggle. She would pin over there behind your little computer desk and stuff, girl, your setup. She would pin. We was watching her trying to struggle and get up.
Look at her. Look at Tracy trying to figure it out.
You is silly. Get up. How did you even get up? You saw yourself falling. Why didn't you stop it?
Well, because I had on some high heels, and sometimes when you fall in heels, your legs kind of turn.
I thought I had broke my ankle.
Me too. I was broke.
Wait, it was the way that we inspected Tracy's knees when she got up, y'all. When Tracy got out there
watching us tonight, we really enjoyed y'all. I know y'all got a lot of bloopers off of us. You really got a
sorry.
lot of bloopers.
Sorry, we
Yes,
done went off the rails.
Tracy's leaving her falling and all her, and I'm leaving my bad habits. Sean, what you leaving in 2024?
Right.
All that janking, janking ass. All that janking.
We didn't do anything. Okay. And
Yeah,
2020.
she leaving filing in 2024, but she bringing cussing to 2025. Go ahead, Sean.
Come on, Sister William. You better tell them. I don't know what I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving poor choices in 2024. Hell, I'm making better decisions, better choices in 2024. All around. I'll leave it up there. I pray.
What am I leaving in 2024? I'm gonna leave 2024 and 2024.
Amen.
Whatever happened back then, it can stay right back there.
Whatever.
Definitely don't need to come to me with 2025.
Whatever.
And on my last note, I am leaving my 30s in 2024 because my birthday is this month. Oh my
God. You about to be old girl. You better be
your last name in 2024.
And I'm leaving I know that was by force. No, I'm kidding. No.
Oh.
Wow. He said I can't be a hyphenated last name. So apparently I gotta leave. I've been Shayna Hayes for 40 years. And
40
now I gotta
years.
leave that in 2020.
For the next 40 years, you're gonna be Shayna Hayes.
Yeah.
What's the new last name?
No, she just said she gotta leave it.
I mean, the new last name, I could tell y'all, but you ain't gonna be able to say it or spell it. So
oh, I can't wait for Auntie Tracy to say it.
You know what it's gonna sound like? It's gonna sound like when Daddy came home from the hospital and tried to tell us what Kamal's name was. I'll never forget that. When Tracy had my nephew Kamal and Daddy was the person that had to come and tell us what that baby name was, we were so confused until we finally seen Tracy and the baby. Nobody had any idea what this baby name was. It was terrible. Kwam was one that stuck for a minute because we thought that girl went and named her baby Kwam. That was crazy.
Kwam.
So we're gonna have to have a whole. Yes, we are gonna have to have a whole session with y'all and your daddy, so y'all can pronounce the sister's last name because it's complicated.
My mom sent a Christmas package, and he took it back to USPS because he thought it was the wrong person that they had sent it to because it said.
What did your mama do? Don't be telling my mama.
It said Ryan Kosciuszko or something like that. It was like we were like,
okay, she was close. He knew. Tell him don't play with my mama.
It was spelled with a C. No, we didn't know whose name it was.
Kosciuszko was insane.
I'm done.
Kosciuszko. Why she didn't call me an ass? That lady is crazy. So she was trying to do her Christmas run.
Girl.
Oh God.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. This was a great show to start off the year, so we really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. But in the meantime, what are we gonna do?
Put it to sleep.
I think we're gonna do it. Can we do it?
Let me just go ahead.
Why your head still too